Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. This is Jason with Signature Esports, broadcasting with the No Limit Racing Thunder Series ARC. Chevy's practice is still going on right now, so we thought I'd bring everybody in just a few minutes earlier and see how everybody is doing out there. I do appreciate everybody who tunes in on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. All Signature Esports on Facebook. No Limit Racing on Facebook as well. 2 channels on YouTube. That is Signature Media Esports Broadcasting, and then the No Limit Racing YouTube page as well. So we're streaming on those 4. And then, of course, out there on Twitch, I appreciate each and every one of you out there. Twitch.tv/JL. Follow out there. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter, all of the fantastic social media platforms out there. Voice is a little hoarse today after just a long day yesterday. But we're going to be broadcasting right here from Richmond Raceway. Got a new set of overlays. Some things I'm working on for the No Limit Racing series. They've got the Thunder Series, we've got the Pro Series getting ready to start here in a few weeks as well. A lot of exciting things are going to be happening. We're just riding along, seeing how everybody is doing right here. No Limit Thunder Series brought to you by Signature Esports. We do a lot of broadcasting. We do it your way. All of our cautions brought to you by Wise Guy Graphics. And then, of course, the Lucky Dog is right there. Powder Coat Plus sponsors all of the Lucky Dogs. A lot of fun things to be had. We're getting close to the end of the season right here with the No Limit Racing Series, the No Limit Thunder Series. And once we move on from there, we're going to have a new Thunder Series is going to start with the Gander Mountain Trucks. So they're going to move on to trucks, and then they're going to have their Pro Series with the Camaros, not Camaros, I apologize about that, but the NASCAR Cup Series vehicles. So those are going to be the ones to do it. Fastest lap so far is put up by Brandon Fronopel, 22.135 in practice. And your top 5 in speed right now: Brandon Fronopel, Matt Lovett, D. Tucker, Anthony Thitchner, and Mr. Miller in that number 25 machine, or 29 machine. That is your fastest 5 so far in practice, and practice is still going on right now. You're seeing everybody kind of just bounce around and figure things out. All of the streams getting traction out there. I do appreciate each and every one of you who do this. You make this possible for me. Without you, there would be no Signature Esports, so I do appreciate that, and something to look forward to as well. Signature Esports has a Signature eNASCAR Cup Series. There is the fastest lap of practice, so there you go, Brandon Fronopel. I'm just going to run through a few times, but things are going to switch over. We're going to go to qualifying, and we're going to watch some of these guys do their thing. So, race date is qualifying. We're going to see who does what. Pop off that ticker right there. We don't need it at the moment. Currently, follow along with these drivers. You're going to see them switching around, and you're going to see different drivers doing things. Ooh, someone got a little bit loose right there. Everybody doing everything at once. So we're going to try to figure out what they're doing. There's a 0-2 right there. '68 SpaceX machine. You see all those cars out there. Everybody running new paint schemes for this week. Josh Mayu, and there's D. Hess right there, and getting ready to. Looks like he's got in the fastest time currently. A little bit about Steven Prosser right now, currently 15th place starting after his last lap, so we're going to follow along with him. See where he ends up. Highest position of qualifying was 17th now, as everybody continues to compete. Last lap, 23.368 for him right there. To everybody, I hope everybody's out there having a good time. We are doing our best to always improve and do all of the fun things. Look at the ticker so far. Race date is done. We're going to hide the flags for just a little bit. There's currently that ticker that is going on right there. Like I said, different, this is a kind of a different overlay for me, something that I've been working on, trying to create my own, and by doing so, I'm trying to make things work just a little bit better for myself. Of course, in the long run, it is also about bringing you guys the best broadcast possible. So, we are with the No Limit Thunder Series right here at Richmond. Richmond is almost a 3/4 of a mile track in length, 4 turns, right here in the United States of America. Richmond Raceway, always doing a great thing. No Limit Thunder Series air temperature right now, 71 degrees. Track temperature currently without the cars on there, 73 degrees. That'll heat up as they continue to drive. Wind speed 5 to 6 miles an hour out of the west. Generated weather, you gotta like it. All, of course, not real, but either way. All right, there is how things are shaking up there. You see the qualifying stats scrolling across the top of your screen. Brandon-ish. I'm going to say Brandon-ish. Let's go Mock and Coates. Hey, Jason, side note. Need to get with me in regards to your overlays and tickers. I appreciate you there. That'd be awesome. I always look forward to having a lot of help when I can get help. I appreciate it. Richmond started out as a dirt track. RVA local. Appreciate that insight. MPS Midnight giving the 15 a big old shout out. It's Art Millen. Or I've got Donald Wooten in here as well. I got 2 15s. I got one that's 015, and then we have the regular old 15. Art Millen, Mr. Pirate himself, doing a great job. Qualifying is finishing up. We're just going to be a couple of more minutes. And while we do, I'm going to play everything that I do. Qualifying is over, and we are about to begin. Mandy, another week out there of pure awesomeness. I appreciate that, of course, and always. Brandon, I'm going to take a stab of it. Is it Ishkanian? And if that's correct, just give me a big old thumbs up out there. I do appreciate all of you out there. All right. So Matthew Jorgensen is going to be the current pole sitter, and you see that up there. Let us run through the grid. Take that back. It says Matthew Jorgensen, but that's not quite right there. We're still waiting for some people to load in, it looks like. So we're missing a couple of drivers, so we're going to wait for that, and I'll be right with you. Matt Lovett is out there. We know that that's there, so it's just a little bit, and I was going to run through the grid with you. Let's see what happens here. Is looks like unofficially right there, so we're gonna see how this works out. Enjoying the life. All right. We're going to be pacing here. There is 0-1, or it looks like the 0-1 right there is going to be your pole sitter, and some things just different. Dalton Tucker is going to be your pole sitter. Jake Miller is going to start on the outside. The 10 of Brandon Frontable is, let's run through this the right way. There is Tucker right there. He's going to be your pole sitter. We're going to move all of this out of the way to change that screen. Appreciate everybody. Miller, the 29, is going to be starting on the outside. Brandon Frontable right there, the number 10, he's going to be starting on the inside, row 2. Hank Caston out there doing the 4th place, some justice. Douglas Hess is going to be there in 5th. Josh Mayu, the 0-2, out there as well. And we're going to have someone shouted him out just a second ago. The 41 of Matt Lovett's out there. He's going to be in 7th. Jake Fluman, the 00's out there. Casey Knighton in the 84. He's going to start right next to teammate Bryan Wertz. Donald Wooten in the 015 out there with the 48 of Matt Cherry. Stephen Evasius right there in that number 12 machine with Matthew Prisbilla. Doing a great job out there as well. And because the overlays didn't work like I wanted them to, I want to stop it right there. There's your first, it looks like almost 10 rows that I did right there, or 8 rows that I did right there. So we'll get that all figured out next time. But as we say it here, we're going to go green flag. We're racing right here with Tucker out front, and the 29 is going to be on the outside. So lots of different camera angles to work with this time. There is a long look at turn 1 and turn 2. Looks like everybody kind of dived to the inside right there. A little bit of outside racing going on. There is no winner just yet, so we're going to see how things are going to be shaking up. Back to the front, that Monster Energy machine, that 01 of Tucker out front by just a little bit. Everything's still really tight going on right now, so that's a good sign. 0.6 of a second between he and first place or second place right there, so everybody's doing a good job. We are under caution right now. Of course, all of our cautions brought to you by Wise Guys Graphics. Look for on Facebook, it's Wise Guys iRacing Graphics. Good sign for the life. If you need an iRacing paint scheme, make sure you check him out. He does a great job. He does a lot of the paint schemes for a lot of the drivers right here. So, just always a good time out there. Big old thumbs up. I got it right. Thank you very much out there, Brandon. All right, looks like we've got 5 cars on pit road to include Cody Cox, Casey Gilchrist, Douglas Carlson, Evan Keys. Yeah, we're taking that back. We're trying to figure out what's going on here. Things moving on. First caution of the day. A lot of laps to go, so we want to make sure that we are doing everything the right way. So far, so many easy things. Under caution we are, and we're going to have a lot of fun over the next hour or so of racing. Lap 5 being completed under caution of 148 laps. A lot of miles to go around. And just going to have some fun. Just love doing this. And normally I'm a little bit more peachy, and I just, again, want to make sure you know that a little bit of a sore throat going on right now. So I do appreciate everybody's patience, and I've got my water next to me like I always do. And these guys are absolutely amazing, and we love taking care of them. That is your race right now. We're going to let everything cycle back around. Your race leader still the 01 of Tucker. I see that, yeah. Earlier during qualification, they actually were during practice, they were actually very separated. And of course, I decided I was going to turn up the graphics just a little bit for everybody out there, and they added more people in there. And I'm like, oh, well, that just didn't take it very far. Far chase, look at that 01 Monster Energy truck. Our Monster Energy ARCA Chevy Malibu right there, A-class driver, doing great things. Dalton Tucker out of Georgia, one of my favorite drivers to also get involved with. Mr. Hank Caston, Hank the He-Man Caston out of Ohio, guy right there always does fantastic things for everybody. He's got a great sense of humor. He's going to be restarting outside of the 10 of Brandon Frontal, pulled that 46 branding company machine, 46branding.com. He has a lot of designs that he does. Lights are off on the pace truck, so we're going to go back to Green Flag Racing very shortly. But that guy's an amazing guy. He also runs this league and has a lot of admins that take care of things for him. That's going to be a third place car. We're going to go back up to the front row, the 29 of Jake Miller out of Illinois. He is going to be he's going to restart outside of the 01 of Tucker. So everybody ready to go back to Green Flag Racing right here from Richmond within the Limit Thunder Series. Into turn 3, we are going. Back to it again. Here we go. Jake Miller in that second place position, started second, currently in second, fastest lap of the race for him, 22.63. You're going to see that inside line be the preferred line at first for everybody, as the 01 of Tucker is out front. All of these drivers doing a great job of trying to make sure that they stay green, and getting close to the end of the season, we're going to give a bunch of money out to everybody. That's always the key, right? You gotta give some money. Little front nose action as you see how Mr. Tucker is taking that line. We're going to go back and take a look at some of the faster races. Fastest lap of the race currently was by Mr. Tucker, 22.540. No lead changes just yet. Back under caution once again, and might be able to actually take a look at what's going on here. Lap 12 being completed under green flag conditions. Lap 12 of 148. Where did that happen? We're going to go and take a look. Scroll. It says waiting for iRacing to catch up. Go back and take a look and see what happened here in just a moment. Take a look at our field right there. to have to do a little bit of rewinding here just to see what happened. So Mason Yost right there in the 24, Dean Quayle on the outside of him. So we're going to kind of see what happened. So the outside of the turn right there. That was under green. Quite seeing what happened. You know, racing likes what's going on here. Well, alrighty. Well, we're going to go back to live conditions and we're going to see exactly where everybody is sitting. Some cars hitting pit road as we speak. Race leader still, Mr. Tucker. Out there. Alrighty, top 5, Tucker, Miller, Fronopol, Kasten, and Hess. Alrighty, let's see. We are lap 15 being completed under green flag conditions. Everybody doing a great job out there. I do like seeing these things starting to work. It's a little better this time too because we had some issues last week when we were running where it didn't work out as well as it needed to. And I do believe I'm clipping a little bit. Let me check that stuff out. I don't want that to have to happen. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you. I do apologize for that. Hit a button and everything kind of went a little louder than what it was supposed to. So I apologize about that. Everybody going back side by side. We should be able to bring some drivers in here in just a little bit if we have another caution. We'll get back to that as well. Lap 16 of 148 being completed. As the pace truck is going to hit pit road here in just a moment. We're going to go back to green flag racing with the 10 of Tucker out front. And they're off again. Back to it. Green, 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 says the flag carrier. 0-1 of Tucker out front. There is the 29 of Jake Miller right there. Brandon Fronopol up to third. Hank Kasten right there in fourth. Douglas Carlson in the fifth. 0-1, the commanding lead has led all the laps so far, but Fronopol passes the 29, so that 10 machine is now up to second place as they continue to work around the track. Lap 18 about to be in the books as he enters turn 3, the 0-1 out front. Of course, and always trying to get a big ol' W in the win column before the end of the season. Getting ready to come down to chase level events. Long look at that gap right there in between the first and second place finishes. 0.3 of a second between the 10 and the race leader of Tucker. So Fronopol trying to close the distance on the 0-1. It's that time of the race where I say shout out your driver and I will find them. So two of the ones that I know that have been on the list. Matt Lovett right there in that 41 Dark Horse lovely dark blue machine. He's right behind his teammate Bryan Wertz. He's going to try to work with Jake Fluman back there. You see a lot of those Dark Horse Racing teammates Those paint schemes are pretty darn awesome. There's the 48 of Matt Cherry right there. Won a couple of races ago. Put himself in contention to be top in points. But someone who is to be looking out for is the guy right there, the 82, Bryan Wertz. He is currently the race, or the series winner. He's won a couple in a row. Or he wants to, he won the last race and has the potential to win here as well. He is the points leader in this series. With also has 4 wins on the series, so always looking to replace that 4 with a 5 in the win column. There is his teammate Matt Levitt running on the inside. Gonna take a hard dive and leave each other some room. So some cautious racing going on for the 82, trying to make sure he finishes it where he needs to be. Art Mellon got a little bit of a shout out right there. There's our favorite pirate in that 15. Currently running in 40th place, but still on the lead lap. Trying to make a good run at everything. That big old yellow and blue pirate themed car, doing a great job of being out there. Back up to our race lead. We want to make sure that we keep track of what's going on up here, because the gap has seemed to steadily increased from our race leader of Dalton Tucker out of Georgia. Brandon Frontal right there. Everybody going around Art Mellon. He is just going to put himself a lap down. Being patient, doing a good job. There's the 10 of Brandon Frontal out there in second place, but the 29 of Jake Miller is right there on his tail. Here, Brandon Frontal out of Florida. Kicking butt and taking names. How is everybody out there? I do appreciate all of you tuning in. Our streams keep growing. You guys keep doing great things for the series. If you're out there on Twitch, new cause to be donating for PCs for drivers. So what we're going to do is we're going to build some PCs, and we've taken recommendations. There's the 68 SpaceX machine about to. Looked like he was going to go a lap down, but looks like the 92 having to stop right there pretty fast. And an incident happened there, so somebody went off track. Here it looks like there is the 68 of Mr. Prosser out of Ohio. Looks like he just kind of spun around, kind of locked it up, went off track right there. I think he was trying to merge back up. I wonder if that is what caused it. It looked like Mr. Jurgen got turned around too. There was Edward Jurgen. Let's back that up just a little bit. We're going to see what happened there. Looks like Edward Jurgen and looks like Cody Cox got into each other just a little bit. And hard racing incident right there. Looks like Cody Cox was trying to, and we're going to look at that from Cody Cox's point of view. Let's back that up just a little bit. Here is Cody Cox and the gyro cam right here, coming down hard to the inside. There's the 69 of Prisbilla right there, and Cody Cox, got into the 92 right there just a little bit. You saw everything happen, so definitely some damage going on right there. Alrighty, we're going to catch back up to the front. So we've got a few pit stops happening. Cody Cox on pit road, Sean Lodis and Josh Klinger on pit road, Dean Qualey and Jake Elrod. There's our race leader, Mr. Tucker, up there. He is going to be the guy to watch. So outside the track, pace car is up and on there, and just gonna, yeah, definitely a tough break. Crescent Rose out there, she is always there to watch our races. I appreciate the YouTube watchers. Let us see if we can find the Tucker machine. Lots of channels to go through here. I just want to make sure I can find him. There he is. K28 Motorsports. That's the guy to be looking at. Let's see if we can bring him in to the broadcast booth. Mr. Tucker in the 01 machine, running out front, doing a great job, of course, and always trying to keep that lead extending over the 10 of Brandon Frontal. How is your race going so far, my fine friend?
Pretty good. It's not too much going on up here. Luckily, it spaces out a little bit, so all clean right now.
Well, it's definitely gonna have its ups and downs, I'm sure, with the change of putting the rubber down and the track changing. The temperature's gone up just a little bit on the track from what I'm seeing. You seem to get that gap on. You run 3/10 to you were almost a full second over Brandon Frontal right there, the number 10 machine behind you. What's the preferred line for most of what Richmond has?
Definitely the bottom. Being able to stay on the yellow line, I think. If a car's outside of you, it may make it tough, but I still think the bottom.
Well, we definitely saw that happen with what caused the caution just right there. So, well, good luck on your race start, and we will make sure that we catch back up with you a little bit later.
All right, appreciate it.
Appreciate it. The 01 right there, Mr. Tucker, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Trying to put him back where he was at, and he's going to do a great job of getting this restart going for he and K28 Motorsports right there. So Crescent Rose out there, yeah, buddy. The 74 definitely climbing up. Got some incidents out there, but all good incidents. So the 01 takes the outside line on the restart and is going to use that 29 and to take the high line. Brandon Frontal there on the 10 is going to be in the inside. Hard to pass here is what we are hearing. So there is the 01 coming in into turn 3. Has the 20 right behind him. So the 20 of Hess definitely trying to make it interesting. Brandon Frontal right there as well, back to third place as the 21, the outside lane on the restart. He restarted fourth. Getting some mentions from Mr. Smith back here in the 74. J.P. Smith out there. He always does a great job. Out of the New England area. See that guy running that surrogate 74. Currently 22nd. The 015 Donald Wooten running Richmond. 74 trying to be patient, side-by-side racing going so far. There is 74 on the outside of the 22, just trying to catch some space. There's Michael Woolley back there, a guy who likes to wear his racing suit while running. Absolute fantastic individual. Also one of the guys that I have helping me out with the Signature Esports Cup Series. Some exciting racing going on so far, and we're going to catch all the way back up to our race leader for just a moment. Tucker still out front. There is the 20 and the 10 going to fight it out for second place right there. The Coors Light machine runs on stripper glitter. Has the 10 in his sights. The 29 of Miller right behind them in fourth. So if anybody makes a mistake, we're going to see how tires make a lasting impression as we continue to run green flag laps right here from Richmond. Into turn 3 on the exit of turn 4, coming around to the front stretch. The gap increasing from Dalton to Douglas Hess by 1 full second. Mr. Tucker on you see that gap just steadily increasing, running wonderful clean laps. Last lap was a 22.861, fastest lap of the race. 22.498, and you see that 22.790. So only losing about 0.3 of a second so far off of his laps as he continues to run. Started on the pole position, so Dalton Tucker doing a great job of holding that. Has led 41 laps so far of the 41 laps that have been completed. Now 42 as things are going to continue to go. Fastest lap of the race. As we throw that up there. Brandon Frontopole with a 2.2489. So Brandon has the opportunity to run fast laps. And you see the difference on that between that and the race leader. So far, only 3 cautions, and I didn't mention the lucky dog, and I apologize about that. We were talking with our race leader whenever we came around, and Powder Coat Plus, awesome guys to be our lucky dog sponsor. Let's talk about Powder Coat Plus for just a moment. I want to make sure I mention them. Powder Coat Plus specializes in high-quality finishes at the best prices. They have hundreds of colors and finishes to choose from, and they also offer color custom matching special effects and textures. Finished parts offer excellent resistance to corrosion, heat, impact, abrasion, fading from sunlight, and extreme weather. And we're talking just about anything car related. If you want something powder coated, you make sure you get a hold of these guys. They're located in Daytona Beach, Florida. You can go to powdercoatplus.com to get a hold of them, or stop in their location at 2800 South Nova Road. Looks like suite number F2. Or you can reach them at powdercoatplus.com. P-O-W-E-R. It's powdercoat with a K, K-O-T-E, plus.com. Powdercoatplus.com just does great things. Highly recommend them out of the Daytona Beach area. We might have to stop in to see them when we have our signature esports IRL. Tournament down there. NASCAR and No Limit Racing Thunder Series. Lap 48. Green flag run happening right now. You see everybody enjoying some green flag runs. Kind of a different race this week over what we had last week. I see you out there, Sandra. I appreciate that very much. I was talking about sponsors, and we have been bouncing around to everybody. I saw Donald Wooten out there and mentioned him, of course, and always. Good guy out there. Talking about everybody doing all the things that we can. It is still racing. We do appreciate you, of course. There's the 54 of Cody Cox. It was involved in that last caution. Now all the way back up to 28th position after having to pit and fix his vehicle. Still on the lead lap right there. Going to move around to... He's got the 6 and the 23 right behind him. The 23 running a high line. The 23 of J.P. Smith out there. I'm sorry, the 23 of Ryan Hedrick. J.P. Smith in the 74. There is and Stephen Evasius out of the New England area. Started 13th up to 9th. The number 12 machine right behind Bryan Wertz, who seemed to have been stuck in the 10th position for a little while. Now has moved himself back up to 9th, but Stephen Evasius currently in 12th. There is Stephen Evasius out of the New England area. Caution is out once again right here at Richmond. So nice little green flag run right there. So I'm gonna guess that we're gonna have quite a bit of a few little blinking. It looks like something must have been a big incident right there. Occasionally we only get the blinking like that whenever we get a big old one. 20 laps was that run. Donald Wooten on pit road on lap 51. Lap 52 is when the caution came out, so let's see what happened here. Looks like Isaac Mock got turned around a little bit. Let's back that up just a little bit. Isaac Mock in the 16. Let's see what happened here. There we go. This is the run with Isaac Mock. Check that blimp cam right there. Checking it out. There's the 68. So let's back that up real quick. Someone blinked out just a little bit there. So there's the 68 on the inside of the 74 right there. There's the 6 and the 23, which we were following in. Cody Cox up there. That's what we were talking about just a second ago. There's the 68. There's the 92 of Jurgen. Looks like everybody kind of blinked out there a little bit. In the back, I'm not sure why. Trying to get this thing back to where it was going, so let's pop that up just a little bit. Confused on what happened there a little bit. The 68 was turned around right there. You kind of see that. Not sure what happened to create that. Couldn't find it right there. So apologize about not having a great replay right there. Just a little bit of big issues. There's a 73. The bumper falls off the 68 right there. I'm going to try to make it back around to pit road. As it goes, this is what happens. We are, you see the 68 right there. So back up to our race leader. There's the 01, or the 131 out there. Looks like the 131's right behind the pace car. We got some lucky dogs getting ready to go around. Quite possibly the 131 out of Illinois being out there. But anyhow and always, we'll make sure that we remember that all of our lucky dogs are sponsored by these guys right here. Powder Coke Plus. Something happening so far. I don't know what in the world is going on. Had a great race so far, so maybe, just maybe, something might be happening with the server, because Mandy Mershad, I am doing quite well. I do appreciate you out there, of course, and always. All right, back to green flag racing once again. We're going to make some sense of this as everything kind of lines out. There is the 131 of Scott Wise. The 54 of Cody Cox out there as well. Back to green. This is how things are going to work out. The 01 went on pit road. Got some fresh tires. So we're going to see 131 get some points for leading the lap. Last lap for Scott, or last pit stop for Mr. 131 of Scott Wise was on, he's got 59 lap tires, so he hasn't hit pit road just yet. I believe he wanted to get out there and get a point. Dalton Tucker in that 01 takes over the lead once again. Back under caution we are, as that works in the favor of the 131. Now it's going to be able to get some green flag, or get a caution in pit stop, so that's going to work out in his favor, getting to lead a lap, and won't lose too much ground, still be on the lead lap. As we see, here's your race leader right there. Well, I do try to, Crescent Rose, I do Appreciate you out there. Well, green is what it was. I'm glad I could pronounce your name, Mandy, correctly. I do try. I don't like mispronouncing names because, of course, if I mispronounce a name, I've got a very funny last name for a lot of people to try to pronounce as well. So I do try to make sure that I get everybody's stuff correct. Caution flag came out on lap 59, so we're going to complete lap 61 under caution. Let's bounce around and see some cars that we haven't seen in a while. There is the 25 machine. Try to get these guys some extra notoriety. Brian Curry out of the Atlantic area in that 25 machine. The Grim Reaper Titleist, he must be a golf fan. Must be a Baltimore area resident. Someone gives an honorable mention to this guy right here. MG Tire Machine for the 73 of Alec Coates out of Indiana. Casey Knighton out of the number 84. You might hear him on the No Limit Radio podcast. That guy right there gets on there with one of these guys right here, Anthony Thitchner. They get out there and talk all things about that, and that happens every Tuesday night, usually pretty late in the evening, but you can go back and rewatch it, of course, the No Limit podcast series. This guy's put on an entertaining show. I've been on there myself with them, had a great time with them, and let's see, who else can we talk about? The number 6 of Michael Guidry out of the Mid-South area. Driver's Edge Development Chevrolet for him. The 20 of Hess, the Coors Light machine. I think everybody's going to go back to, ooh, goodness gracious, let's find... There's the 69 of Matthew Prisbilla. I like this guy. This guy races nice and hard. Usually races pretty clean too. So back to everybody going side by side. I've got a few blinking issues going on. A lot of the drivers are good. Some of them are not. And probably just something going on with the stream right now. There is the 01 of Tucker. And now they're going to go side by side. Speaking of someone to be talking about, this Black Horse Auto Transport, Duke University. It's the true blue of Duke. Go Bananas Racing. It's Josh Klinger right there out of the California area, current resident of North Carolina though, and he gets out there and races in real life. Right above him, one of his teammates, the 14 of Jake Elrod of the Georgia area. That guy right there does phenomenal things. All right, back to the race leader, the 01 of Tucker. A little bit of shaking and baking going on right there. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but it seems to straighten itself out. So we keep on going. Green. Back to it once again. We got the 01 of Tucker out front. The 20 right behind him. Not even remotely sure what's going on there. Stream seemed to be doing just fine there for a little bit. Got most of my drivers in there doing quite well. Blimp area camera. Let's just kind of take a look at it. Caution did come out. I think that was what was going on there. They were waiting on a caution to be turned. So thank you, Untouchable, out there for subscribing. I do appreciate that. Subscribing to my Twitch channel. That does help lots of different things. And I put it on scenic view to get things a little bit more straightened out. So I do appreciate you guys for your patience. Let's see if we can make sure that everything's good. All right, we'll put you on a little bit of break. I'll be right back with you. Well, folks, I do believe it's the quality of connection, because the connection kind of just dropped. So I'm not sure what's going on with the server, but we will try to keep it here as long and as much as possible, because for me it dropped. So I do appreciate everybody out there for tuning in and watching, and we will do our best. Top 5 currently right now is going to be Tucker, Hess, Miller, frontal pole, and Cody Cox up there. So back under caution once again. There is the 69 and the 148. 69 out of 148 being completed right now under yellow conditions. I do appreciate you out there as well. I do try to broadcast the best that I can, and I just know that iRacing here lately has been, I don't know, something's going on with their servers, especially if you're because I have to spectate to watch to be able to do this, and I don't really get a priority when it comes to being in the server. So because of that, I get dropped before everybody else does. So I appreciate everybody out there still. The Wheeling Series is a lot of fun for me. I love broadcasting those races because they're really fast, and there's a lot of there's technical ability in driving all of these cars. But I will tell you that the ability to drive the rest of them. There's the 54, Cody Cox right there in 5th place. A little bit more stability right there in that car, so I wanted to get to 1 so that way we didn't give anybody a seizure. But yeah, definitely a fan of that series. Big fan of course, my own series that's coming up. And just trying to do the best we can and make everything work. So everybody's going side by side. We're going to go back to green flag racing right here from Richmond, and a little bit of ping issue going on for everybody. There's the 02 up front up there as well. Mr. Mayu. Brandon frontal pole. The number 10 machine right there is going to restart in 4th. He's got the 29 on the inside of him. And back to it again. Green, said the flag carrier. The 01 of Tucker out front. There is the 20 of Hess right there, right behind him. There's the 29 of Brandon frontal pole right there in 3rd and 4th, battling for 3rd and 4th. The 02 of Josh Mayu right there in 5th place. Matt Cherry up to 6th place from 14th. Watch this battle go on as things continue to go. Something is going on, and I don't know what it is. Something is, that's what's happening. We are far from dropping frames, so we're just going to try to continue to make things work. Pop that ticker off for just a second. We're going to see if that might be the issue. It doesn't look like that's the issue, so let's continue to go back to it. There is the 10 of Brandon frontal pole right there. There's the 29, the 02. Ooh, the 29 gets a little bit loose right there, and so Brandon's going to take the opportunity in that 46 Branding Company machine, and it's going to make it work. He's going to make that line stick. The 02 going to capitalize on that as well as the 29 collects. Ooh, the 02 gets right to the bumper right there of the 29. Josh Mayu, good little ditty going on right here. So maybe Mr. Miller, who's currently in 4th place, is going to be trying to make things work a little bit. Number 15 of Art Millen getting some shout-outs out there. Here he is. Currently 3 laps down. First car not on the lead lap is going to be Matthew Jorgensen in And that 19 machine, who had one of the fastest laps of practice, lap 77 being completed. There is the 16 of Isaac Mock, who's currently 9 laps down. He's back there as well. My favorite pirate running around the track, doing great things. Speaking of that pirate, let's he's got something on there, one of the sides of his side of his car. Look at that pirate flag. Amazing guy right there. Ford City Pirates, I like to mention them every once in a while. Those guys do great things out there. And Art Millen is one of those guys. He's literally lives the pirate life, and he said that pirate life is for him. A little bit of bumping and grinding. 0-1 still out front. That Monster Energy 0-1 machine about to get some lap traffic here in just a little bit. He's about to catch up with those guys running in the back right there. Little overhead view of what it looks like. To get that driving machine all the way out there. Little blimp view. There's Brandon Funnable currently in 3rd place, trying to chase down those guys right there. Pace car is not doing great things for me. So I do have a couple little session issues, but there is the 15 of Art, and Isaac Mock letting the leaders come on by. 10 of Brandon Frontable right there. He's got the 20 in front of him. Hess in 2nd place. That gap getting a little bit closer from 2nd to 3rd. Back up to the race leader. The gap between 1st and 2nd currently only 0.6 of a second. Apologize about that. There's the 88, the 29, the 82, and the 5 of Hank Caston right there. Those guys running clean races. The 48 of Matt Cherry up there as well. Matt Cherry currently in 5th, so Anthony Thitchner, that 88 machine, currently sitting at 6th. Jake Miller, that 29 machine, is falling back to currently sit in 8th, with Hank Caston trying to make that move on the inside of him. Jake Elrod, the 14. Caution did come out. Whoa, right there. Looks like we got a car that we're trying to avoid. Answering all of the fun stuff out there. Trying to get everybody up in check. So, currently the race leader being scored as Mr. Tucker in that 0-1 coming into pit road for his pit stop right there, that first pit stall. Look at him right there, the 29 pitting right behind him. There's a 10 of Brandon Fronopole. You see these guys getting their invisible tires changed. There is a little race. There's Anthony Titchener right there, trying to beat everybody off pit road. So the race off pit road is going to be 0-1, and then the 20th, the fastest time so far off pit road, 13.9. The time on pit road was a 39.7 for Douglas Hess in that 20 machine. So big things happening. There's the 82 of Bryan Wertz in front of Mr. Hess in third place. So things are going to be changing here in just a moment. Bryan Wertz currently scored in second place. There's Dalton Tucker in 0-1. Bryan Wertz looks like he only took 2 tires on that restart, or on that pit stop. So we're going to see how that works out for him as traffic to be contended with. There is the lap traffic right there. Speaking of lap traffic, remember all of our cautions. Guess who they're brought to you by? These guys right here. There it is, Wise Guys Graphics. So this is the Wise Guy graphic, Wise Guy iRacing graphic caution right here. Lap 90 being completed, but Lucky Dogs are getting ready to take their passes in the free pass cars. So always make sure that you need anything powder coated. Make sure you check out Powder Coat Plus. They are the Lucky Dog. So things were working out kind of nicely right there, and then all of a sudden some things just, I don't know what is going on with this. I normally do not have any issues, and it just seems like Monday nights are the night for issues. Other broadcasts were doing just fine. Looks like the No Limit series Monday nights on the East Coast just kind of get me. They really do. All right, so the 0-1 is going to be your race leader still currently. A little bit about the race leader currently. He is still first. It's led 86 of the 92 laps. Bryan Wertz is going to restart on the outside of the 0-1. 2 tires. We're going to see how 2 tires work out against a 4-tire pit stop. There is the 20 right behind him as well. So the 20 of Hess back up there in third place. Anthony Titchener in fourth. And then Brandon Fronopole at number 10 is going to be restarting in 5th place. Looks like the 0-2 of Josh Mayu. Things have moved around there for me. So Mayu is going to be in 4th. Titchener is in 6th. And we're back to it again. Green, 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 says the flag man. We are back to racing once again right here from Richmond, virtual Richmond, with the iRacing series. So those 2 tires are going to have to be a factor on the 82. A little bit of blinkety blink, blink, blink going on, and that was it. But our race leader is currently solid, so we're going to let it run. Pace car lights doing his thing. There is a long look at the backstretch in this 3/4 mile track here at Richmond. Hard turn into turn 3 on the exit of turn 4. There goes your race leader. 40 cars on the track. Yeah, it's not unimaginable, but let's see, last car on the track, 15 laps down. Caution did come out, and we are gonna go back and just rewind it from where we were at and see it from here. So that looked to be what was going on. Let's continue to watch. Continue to watch. Where did the caution? There's where the caution came out right there. It looks like the 131, who was running up front just a little bit ago. Got a little bit turned on that one. So there's the 131. He gets a little bit loose and collects Mr. Yost right there. And then kind of everybody goes around, and that's what happened there. So got a little bit loose. So that's what. That does happen whenever you get into the corner and you accelerate too hard. You just get these ARCA cars turned around. Super, super, super fun. Back up to the race leader we go. As we're going to go back to live conditions in just a second. There it is. 0-1 Tucker out front. And iRacing hates me right now. Taking a vocal break. Going to be right back with you. Sent a little message out there to everybody, telling you guys that you guys are all awesome, and thank you, Viceroy. I appreciate that. Visery, appreciate that very much. Give me a compliment out there, following your example, boss. I do appreciate it. Lap 99 of 148 being completed in our caution. There is your race leader, Mr. Tucker, and that 0-1. Top 5 for you right now is going to be Tucker, then Hess, then Mayu, Wertz, and Frontal. Bryan Wertz looking for another win right here. Brandon Frontal looking for another win as well. After he went on vacation, he's kind of had a little bit of a dry spell, but no doubt going to keep things interesting. Here is the speed currently for Mr. Dalton Tucker. As you see the official pace truck kind of doing its thing. It is a simulator, and I have to deal with what they do. So we're going to see the speeds whenever this takes place. There's the 0-1. Pace truck is on pit road. You can't see it, but I can. The acceleration going up and back to green flag racing. Top speed right about 137 miles an hour is what we saw. You see him slow way down into the corners. About 95 up to the acceleration point as he takes the exit. There is those guys. There's Bryan Wertz, that third place car right there. Now back to fourth. He's got Anthony Titchener right there, right behind him. Brandon Frontal on the inside. Bryan Wertz carrying a 140 speed right there. Dalton Tucker back to it again. Gap between first and second between he and the 20 of Douglas Hess. Just about 0.8 of a second whenever it comes to the backstretch, and then about 0.7 of a second on the corners. So Bryan Wertz out there trying to make that outside line work, and the caution does come out once again. Wise Guy iRacing graphic caution number 9 of the race for 40 laps. So seems like a lot, but it seems like we have had a lot of green flag racing going as well. So not as bad. Lap 103 is currently under caution. Lucky dog for this lap is going to be the 131 of Scott Wise, I believe. So that's going to be absolutely amazing to see. And of course, and always, want to make sure that we give Combat Hosting a shout out. They're the ones that maintain and manage the websites for NoLimitRacing.net. Those guys always doing a great job out there. Combat Hosting is your true source for web design, graphic design, all of that stuff. So, great things happening. Back under caution once again, but still, it's all right. There is the 0-1 of Tucker, the 20 and the 0-2. So we've got the Tucker, Hess, and Josh Mayu out of New York. Bryan Wertz right there too. The 10 of Brandon Frohnapple, Anthony Thitchner out there. Matt Cherry, Jake Miller, Kyle Hall, and Michael Woolley in the top 10. Speaking of Woolley, I wonder how Woolley's doing. He's in that big old purple Dark Horse machine. Midwest is getting a storm right now too. That's part of what I'm experiencing, but I don't believe that that has any factor on what's going on. I do believe there is your lucky dog coming around. It looks like that was the 29. Taking that free pass right there. J.P. Smith and Casey Gilchrist, the first there. That was the 23, I'm sorry. So J.P. Smith and Casey Gilchrist, the first cars off the lead lap right there. So those two New England drivers are going to be the ones to look out for. Well, lap 106 being completed under caution. We're going to go back to the leader right there, the 0-1. He's got the 20 right behind him. There's the 0-2 right there. And Josh Mayu. Bryan Wertz to the outside of him right there. A little bit of things going on. We're going to figure this stuff out, and iRacing is one day going to like me for broadcasts, I promise. So we will continue to try and check that out. Because if the pace car is messing up, then that's an issue for me. As exciting as racing gets, the No Limit Thunder Series is a great series to have. 40 laps on the road right now, so we're going to see how that works out. 31 laps on it right now. Mason Yost out there, Evan Keese, Ryan Hedrick, Casey Gilchrist, J.P. Smith, Scott Wise, the 131. Now 4 laps down. Art Millen back out there again at number 15, my favorite pirate. 0-1's going to have the restart. He's going to have the 20 on the inside. Bryan Wertz is going to be right behind him, right behind the 0-1 on the outside in 4th place, with the 0-2 of Josh Mayu right there in the 3rd place position. I do believe that we are back to a green, 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 says the flag carrier. Things automatically updating, so the 2 tires working out for the 82 of Bryan Wertz, but the 29 is going to come up in front, so we're going to fly around with these guys for a little bit. There is the 0-1 of Tucker. He's going to have some company here very shortly, running completely clean laps, doing a great job of keeping the front straightened out. A little congestion in the back there. Long look at the crowds. It's like almost 3 wide was going to happen back there in the back of the field. Follow along with there's Cody Cox right there. It'll give us a little look at what's happening right there in the middle. Quite possibly, maybe. I do believe I'm experiencing my own difficulties right here. There's the 0-1 out front by a mile. I do apologize about whatever the server is doing right now, guys. We were doing great in the very beginning, and then all of a sudden something tanked. Go Steven Evasius. Absolutely, Mr. Evasius is, let's see where he is at right now. Number 12 machine. Wanted to look at his car. Back under caution once again, so that definitely was a wreck. And we will, there is Steven Evasius, the 12 machine, back there on the back side of things. Here he is. Right there on the inside of Jake Fluman, currently running in that 10th position. Qualified 13th, now in 10th. Off to the race leader we go. Once again, Bryan Wertz is the guy that took 2 tires on his last pit stop. Right here, that guy right there. Mr. Tucker right there is the only car that I can follow along with at the current moment, so we are going to just let things hammer themselves out. I'm going to take a vocal break. I'm going to put you on commercial, and I'll be right back with you. All right, folks, I appreciate you still being with me out there. I know it's a little frustrating, the lucky dog going around right now. Appreciate I don't know what's going on. I really don't. But these things do happen. We may just end up having to clean some things out. We don't know what's going on here. I know I dropped a couple of frames out there, but I do appreciate you guys being consistent with me. That might just be what is going on. Lap 115 out of 148. We've got some internet issues going on here in our area, and I think that is what's going on. Something is happening to do this, because we were fine at first, and now we are pretty well just limited. Big Rank Donald Wooten says the Crescent Row is here till this ends. Yeah, absolutely. I'm here until we figure things out. So the 0-1 looks like he's going to take the outside lane on the restart. He's going to have the 20 on the inside. And Bryan Wertz is going to be on the inside of, in third place, he's going to be on the inside of the 0-2 of Josh Mayu. Looks like those are the things that are happening right there. Back to it again. There is your race leader going at green, green, green. And it doesn't matter if the ticker is going, oh, we got to green, and then we got to yellow real fast in a hurry. Someone must have spun their tires or spun out. Situation right there, not doing anybody justice. So back under yellow one more time, and maybe I might be able to get some things figured out in the meantime. We do appreciate you sticking through, and we're going to have a race winner. As you see a bunch of guys come off pit road, we're going to have a race winner regardless of what happens. I am going to have to probably figure out some things here very shortly. I may even might even switch the computer I broadcast off of. Because what I do is I broadcast off of one computer and I let it stream through another computer, so it's kind of just tethering them. And it is usually a lot better for your system and for everything, for clarity. But so far, here recently, this just isn't working for me. So gonna have to change some things whenever I go back to broadcasting again. Speaking of broadcasts again, we're gonna have another one tomorrow night. We've got the DSR Whelen Modified Series tomorrow evening. I believe that is going to be their last race of the season until next year. They've had some schedule changes and stuff like that, so they're gonna run their finale tomorrow, and then Wednesday night I believe we're gonna have our cash race, which is gonna turn over to the Signature Esports qualifying session for the Cup Series starting the following week, where on July 30th the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series gets started with a Clash at Daytona. Winner of the Clash gets the pole for the inaugural Daytona race. It starts 50 laps, 200 miles, or I'm sorry, 50 laps, 100 miles to be run, 125 laps to be run on the August 6th opening race. 0-1 out front. It's got Josh Mayhew there, and he's going to have Douglas Hess and Bryan Wertz all side by side. Matt Cherry's up there. Looks like Anthony Thitchner's up there as well. Brandon Fronopole just dropping a couple spots here and there. He is up there as well. So we're going to see how things are going to take off right here. Hopefully we can get things straightened back out. There is the 0-1 of Tucker out front once again. It gets a good restart. It's going to have the 0-2 of Mayhew right behind him. So the 0-1, the guy in line. Untouchable Mike's going to be in there fighting for that. You bet your tookus. There it is, 0-1 out front. There's the 0-2. Lap 123 being completed under green flag conditions. So the 0-2 of Mayhew running decent laps right behind the race leader. Bryan Wertz right there as well. Is that inside line. Of course, it's hard to pass at Richmond unless you get a solid run to the inside of, back under caution once again. Cautions breed caution, so we've had three almost back to back to back. But things seem to be straightening themselves out as cautions breed cautions. That's our 12th caution for 55 laps of 124 ran. Pole sitters led 118 laps. Fastest lap still 22.454. The last lap of 22.850. Fastest lap of the race still held by your race leader with that 22.454. Two lead changes so far, and it is due to some pit stretch. Yep, Crescent Rose out there. Green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, and then green flag. So hopefully we can get things straightened out. There is your lucky dog. It looks like that is the 73. I'm sorry, the 74 of J.P. Smith running around there. #12th Wise Guy iRacing graphics. Now, to find the Wise Guy iRacing graphic, you got to go to Facebook and search that in your search bar. If you need a paint scheme for your whip in iRacing, you go over there and you type that in there, and he'll hook you up. reasonable prices for those who care to take care of that. Remember that you can always check out all of our information, signatureesports.com. Remember to tune in our broadcasts on Signature Esports on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. On Twitch is twitch.tv/JL Follow, and everything is just kind of going insane right now. So let's see if I can find a driver that is stable. I am truly unsure what is going on because every driver is blinking for me right now. So, except for Brandon Fronapole. There's a 48 of Matt Cherry. You know, I take that back. I go and say that, and then I end up waiting. So the front man, be as it may, right there. Not sure what's going on. We did fine for the first, 40 laps of the race, 40, 50 laps of the race, and then all of a sudden something tanked. I don't know what it was, but it did happen. I do appreciate all of you. I hope everything is working out quite nicely. It's just a shame that all this is happening right now because, quite honestly, I can be in a race and race with 43 cars in there, and this doesn't happen. So I'm gonna have to figure this one out when it comes to the server and what's going on Monday nights, because this is slightly frustrating. And it's only frustrating because I can't broadcast clearly for you guys, and I want to make sure that I give you a good product. And but either way, still a great series. We do love these guys, and I love what they do. They've helped me have a great start into the esports broadcasting platform, and I do enjoy doing this. But as everybody blinks around, we're going to have the 0-1 on the restart. Pace truck's going to hit pit road here, and so it's going to be the 0-1 and the 0-2 front row accordingly. And then the 20 and the 82 right there as well. So there's Brandon Fronapole. We're going to follow along with him for a little bit until things kind of straighten themselves out, because I can't see everybody. So the 10 of Brandon Fronapole is going to be the guy to watch. He's going to be on the outside of the 88 of Thitchner right there. And the 48 of Matt Cherry right there out behind Bryan Wertz, who's currently in third. So the 20 was doing a great job. Back under caution once again. That puts Bryan Wertz up to third place over the 20. The 20 was running a good line right there. Caution happened again, so we're going to hold it right here. I'm not sure if it's blinking. I don't think it's blinking for the drivers. I think it's because I'm watching as a spectator, and I've had issues with this on short tracks at night for the most part. That's with full fields, and I really think that, and it's happened in the last couple of No Limit series, because they've run the night races with them. So not sure. I've turned everything I could down besides the crowds. The crowds aren't even making a difference right now. Running 148 frames a second on iRacing, which of course it really only matters at 60. So it's everything. I couldn't even begin to tell you. They've had issues with the server on the East Coast for a little while, and your server location just depends on where you are located. So, but anyway, as it stands, the 0-1 is the race leader currently, and lap 131 being completed under caution. Local break. Be right back with you. little insight from Mr. Donald Wooten out there. Whenever he became a spectator and was watching the race, it started blanking for him like it is for us right here. He's actually in the race, so, but never blinked when he was actually racing. So it might actually have to be something to do with the replay functions of all of this. So I'm going to have to figure this out, and we're going to make improvements. And I want to send some emails off to our good friends over at the iRacing channel about how things are spectated. There is the 10 of Brandon Frontal. There's the 12 of Mr. Stephen Evasius right there. He's going to restart in 8th position. So the 0-1 is going to be on the inside this time, or is going to be on the outside? Can't really tell. There's the 0-1 to 0-2. There's Bryan Wertz, someone to be held off right there. And then, of course, and always, the 20 of Mr. Hess out there in 4th place. The 48 of Matt Cherry, Anthony Thitchner up there. Brandon Frontal, the 12. And Brandon Frontal in the 10 car, and then Stephen Evasius in the 12. Back to your top 8, and then the 29 and the 00 of Jake Fluman up there as well. So back to it again. Green flag. Does it wave? There is the 0-1, and then looks like the 0-2 of Josh Mayu getting a run on the outside. Bryan Wertz on the inside of him right there on the 0-2. So they're going to try to make that clean little pass right there. Can see it happening as we are continuing to go. Green flag right here. Lap 135 being completed. So the 82 slides up in front of the 0-2, taking that spot away from him. The 88 of Anthony Thitchner right there as well. So we're going to see where Thitchner is right there. Couldn't get to it. Back under caution once again, as we're getting close to the end of the race right here, and looks like patience is kind of wearing out. Bryan Wertz up to 2nd place is now going to have an opportunity to try to take that lead away from the 0-1. So the points leader of the series has worked his way up. Bryan Wertz started in 10th place and is now up to the 2nd place. So far, one of the biggest movers of the race is the 88 of Anthony Thitchner. He started 17th. He's currently 3rd. There is Anthony Thitchner right there. Bryan Wertz and the race leader right there as well. There's the 0-2 of Josh Mayu. Alrighty, folks. You have to excuse me for a moment. I'll be right back with you. Wanted to see if I could try something there. It didn't work out. So I'm not sure. Everything's kind of jumping for me. And yeah, I know that the game is or the simulator is causing that, because even when it skips, my relative skips the ticker that is scrolling across the top. So I'm figuring things out. We're troubleshooting, and we'll get it to working, because the 88 is doing all right. The 0-1, who was solid before, is not solid now. So now we've got the 0-1 and the 82, and then there's the 88, the 0-2. I'm sorry, the 0-1, the 82, 88, 0-2, and the 20. That's your top 5 right now. We'll switch it back so that way we can see. There's the 10 of Brandon Frontal. He is up to 6th place right there. Thank you all for continuing to watch. We got 9 laps to go as they're coming around to the corner. There's your free pass car right there going around. A little lucky dog action. Lucky Dog brought to you by Powder Coat Plus out of Daytona Beach, Florida. Find out more information about how you can get some things powder coated. You can send it directly to them or stop into their location. Go to Powder Coat, that's with a K, K-O-T-E, plus.com. PowderCoatPlus.com. Wise Guy Graphics, the iRacing graphic maker on Facebook. Make sure you check him out. He sponsors all the cautions. Right here. Of course, right there we are on caution number 14 of 69 for a total of 69 laps. Pace car is off, or pace truck is off, and we're going to go back to it right here. Green flag racing once again. The 10, the 82 out front. Good restart for the 01, sorry, not the 10, as Bryan Wertz is about to be passed on the inside by the 88. The 88 of Thitchner running a little faster line right there. 7 laps to go. Big wreck happening right there. We did see it. Kind of. There's the 48 of Cherry. And everybody having to dodge cars right there. So, those things do happen. Couldn't even begin to tell you what it looked like. So now Thitchner is going to have an opportunity to take that lead away from the 01. Thank you all very, very, very much. So when we go back to Green Flag Racing after this is all said and done, we should have basically green-white checker, but without it being a green-white checker. So we'll have about 2 to go, and hopefully we can get around. We can get this race finished and get you guys a determined winner. Mr. Tucker out front doing a great job of maintaining that lead. He's going to have the 88 of Anthony Thitchner starting on his right or left, depending on the lane that he chooses. The 82 of Bryan Wertz kind of got a little slow restart right there, but he fell back from second to third. But we know that he has the ability to win races. There's Josh Mayu right there in the 02, and then Brandon Fronopole, the number 10, back up to it. So we see the number 10 car. He's running smooth. There's a few cars behind him, not blinking, but there is a lot of other ones for us doing a very, very nice job of running their lines that we can't see. Try to make sure that we have a great product for you, and I do apologize for whatever in the world is going on right now. I'm going to take a vocal break. Be right back with you. Back under green we are, so that was how it went. Back under caution we are. As you saw some things kind of get turned around. So we are going to have our first attempt at green-white checkered. And there's frontal right there. Not even sure what happened there. I apologize about the stream. Put a nice little message in there for you guys. Hopefully you find that kind of funny. And I'm going to let it play out. I'm going to sit back and watch this guy with you guys. We'll talk to the race winner afterwards, and we'll move on from there. So I do appreciate you. I'm having a hard time seeing what's going on, but stick with us. We'll see what happens with the end of this race. Untouchable Mike says that sounded like somebody blew a motor. Well, at least we've got the second place car who isn't as bad for us to watch. So we're going to follow along with these guys. We've got the 0-1 of Tucker out front, who's led quite a bit of the race. I want to bounce off the ticker, and we're just going to go with what we have. Race leader, the 0-1 of Tucker out front. The 88 of Thitchner is going to restart to the end or outside of him. There's going to be the 82 of Bryan Wertz. There is the 0-2 of Josh Mayu and Stephen Evasius up there to 5th place. Brandon Frontal to number 10. He went on to pit road, got some damage out of what happened there, so we're seeing that happen. So it's going to be Tucker, Thitchner, Wertz, Mayu, Evasius. That's your top 5. Then Michael Guidry, and then Jurgen, 6th and 7th. Sean Lodison, the number 2 car, he's going to be restarting in the 8th position. Douglas Carlson in the 86. And then Matthew Jorgensen, 9th and 10th. So there's your top 10 for you so far. Some names that we like to mention. There's Mason Yost up there in 11th. Alec Coates, Josh Klinger up to, that's your 11th, 12th, and 13th. The 13th is Michael Williams in 14th. Matt Sherry, who is just up there, now back up to... who was just up there in the top 5, now back to 14th position, or 15th position. J.P. Smith at 74, who had a little trouble earlier, back up there now. He's in 16th, started 23rd. We're coming around with the blimp camera. Pace truck is non-existent for us at the moment. So... here is the front stretch for you. I believe we're going to go back to green flag racing here in just a moment, or maybe this is the back stretch. This is the back stretch for you. Into turn 3, they go. Turn 4 is going to be where you're going to start seeing the 0-1 accelerate and back to it. So a green says it all. There is the 88 inside the 0-2. Is going to follow hard on the inside of the 0-1. There is the 0-1 right there as well. So we've got the 88, the 0-2 back under caution once again. And we'll get back to the last attempt at a green-white checker here in just a moment. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We're going to go back to green flag racing here for the final attempt at the green-white checker. And like I said, I do apologize for what you guys see with iRacing. It's a little frustrating as you can see, one of the cars out there, the 73, looks like he has a down front tire, but clearly he's up there keeping speed and he's not swerving all over the place, so that's not at all possible for him. The 0-1, the race leaders in and out. These guys are looking for free passes. The 16, the 15, the 73, those guys are all looking for free passes and waiting. And just not happening, so I'm not sure what to say or what to think, but do not give up on us. We will try to get things in order. And we'll get back to having this stuff done the right way. Just over the last couple of weeks, iRacing has changed and kicked my butt, so I don't know what's going on. I can race, I can run broadcasts on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, and they run great. I get to Monday nights, and it's been horrendous. So we're gonna have the 88 Sitchner on the inside of the 0-1. Got Mayu and Bryan Wertz up there, and then Sean Lodison out there as well in that 2 Taco Bell car. The 12 of Stephen Evasius is there as well. So we're going to try to make this around as good as possible. Now we're back to it, though. The 0-1 getting his start. 88 is going to be on the inside. Last attempt at a green-white checkered right here. 88 dives hard to the inside of the 82. The 82 is going to use that upper line. There's Josh Mayu in the 0-2. Going to keep it going as long as possible. There's the 88 on the inside. Right there, right behind the 0-1. White flag's going to wave this time by, and we're going to have a race winner here in just a little bit. So there's an attempt right here. We're going to have the 88 dive hard to the inside. 0-1 is there just a little bit. I'm trying to see if there's going to be a move made right here. May not have the chance to get to the back bumper of the 0-1, but that's going to be how it ends right there. So looks like the 82 got a little bit sideways. The 12 sideways for sure. Stephen Evasius there. Congratulations to Tucker, the race winner. We're going to get to talk to him. We had some issues right there seeing him win. So there's the 88, and now, hey, everything's all peachy clean. Here, let's talk to Tucker. He's going to be doing a burnout right there. Hey, look, there's the 0-1. Oh, everything's great right now, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Not a glamorous win, but it's a win. Yeah, that's exactly right. So there he is, right there in Richmond, right there by the sign. So let's try to bring him in one more time. There's that burnout for him. And your race winner right there, Doug, Mr. Tucker in that 0-1, doing a great job. You had teammates surrounding you, and yeah, you come home with a win, leading a bunch of laps. There was quite a few cautions at the end. You just had to be patient and lead them all to the line. Tell us how your race went, buddy.
Honestly, it was a little boring. Track position was honestly the name of the game tonight. Just getting up there, staying there. Cautions just came out a lot. And having the teammates around me, and also Anthony, who's not a teammate, but we know him from, I guess, other races and stuff like that. So having them around me definitely helped.
A familiar name that everybody's going to get used to right there. So congratulations on your win, and anyone you want to give a shout out to out there?
Just give a shout out to K2B and first race in the league, and I know Richmond's not the easiest place, especially with these loose cars, but it was fun, and appreciate Brandon and Anthony and everybody else in the league hopefully able to come to do some more races.
Dalton Tucker's first race is a win right here at No Limit Thunder Series from Richmond. Congratulations once again to you, buddy, and we'll see you in the next one.
Man.
K2B Motorsports right there. That is him, 0-1. Mr. Dalton Tucker doing a great job out there. Let's look at our results real quick before we head on out of here. Got some things that we need to figure out and fix for our Monday night series. I want to make sure that they get all taken care of. Normally I would go through and spend some time talking with some more drivers, but I need to send an email to iRacing. 0-1 of Dalton Tucker is your race winner. Anthony Titchener comes into second. Josh Mayu, Stephen of ACS, and Bryan Wertz top 5. So that does some good things for Bryan Wertz because finishing in a top 5 is going to possibly extend his points. But no back-to-back wins for him here. Sean Lodison in the number 2 finishes 6th. Michael Guidry is in that number 6 machine finishes 7th. Matthew Jorgensen, the 19. Edward Jurgen and Michael Woolley up there to 10th place after Michael Woolley started pretty much in the back. So that's your biggest mover of the race right there. He started 36th and is up 26 positions to finish in the 10th place position right there. So let's move on. J.P. Smith in 11th all the way down to Mason Yost finishing 15th. And then Matt Cherry, who ran a couple of races ago, is in 20th. Back to 30th position, Dean Quayle, but up 4th, up before that, Casey Gilchrist, the 26th and the 25th, and in 25th position, Cody Cox finishes 21st. On back, Evan Keys in the 46, he is there in the 31st position. Douglas Hess, who was up front for a while, finishes 35th, 16 laps down. Jake Elrod finishes 40th. And back to the last page, Donald Wooden, 015, finishes 41st. Stephen Prosser finishes 42nd. And then Kyle Ramsey, thank you, Mr. Race Control, 162 laps. That's another guy that, if you want to get a hold of him, Ramsey Graphics is another guy that you want to talk to about some things as well. Thank you to all of our sponsors out there. Wise Guy iRacing Graphics. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. And also, thank you to Powder Coat Plus. That's Powder Coat with a K-O-T-E, plus.com for all their information out of Daytona Beach, Florida for all your powder coating needs. My name is Jason. I'm with Signature Esports. Mike is going to go race with us here in a little bit. We're going to do some racing over at the Signature Esports office, and we're going to figure some things out for that as well. Just in time for the burnout. Absolutely, Crescent Rose, I do appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys out there watching with us. I thank you all for everything that you do. Ram Designs is something that you can look at on Facebook as well. That's Kyle Ramsey. He's the guy that we want to make sure that we give a shout out to for doing all of the race control for us over here. So my name is Jason. I am with Signature Esports, and next Monday we got another race. We're going to check out where we're at real quick. I want to make sure we let you know where we're at, and hopefully have Monday nights figured out a little bit better by the time that we get there. I'm actually going to... There it is. Thunder season schedule for next week is going to be Kansas, and that is the finale for this series. July 27th, we're going to start broadcasting right about 7:50, 7:55, depending on how it goes, but that's going to be the finale for the No Limit Thunder Series. The ARCA races 140 laps at Kansas. Long race, but should be better, so we're going to have a lot of fun. I do appreciate you. Yes, Crescent, I will try to sort out all the issues. I'm going to probably do some test broadcasts this week. We've got some other series that we broadcast for. We're going to do some things to make sure that this is going to be 110% ready for not only the new No Limit Thunder Series, their Pro Series, and of course all the things that we do over Signature Esports. Want to make sure everything's right on. So thank you all very much. I do appreciate you. And make sure you subscribe and do all that fancy stuff. And we'll get back to you next week. My name is Jason. Have a good night.